What's up, everybody? Week 8 in the books. Another week gone in Super Liga. We are the Well-Mannered Cartel. I'm Tom. I'm joined by Mike, Chris, and Marlon. Let's get right into last week's scores. The first matchup we're looking at is over easy. She's on a roll. 155, Flint Tropics 137. How'd you guys see this one?
I can't believe she overcame Matt Ryan's shitty performance and pulled out another victory, man. She has been rolling. That's 3 in a row. Tyreek Hill, great game. Michael Pittman, I mean, breakout season for Michael Pittman. He's on the upswing right now. And then Godwin, man, just balled out with Antonio Brown missing from the game. So yeah, man, those guys just put her over. Flint Tropics, decent pick.
Put her over. They put her over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. We'll get into it later, but Derrick Henry only getting them 6.8 points. That kind of doomed him. He's been riding Derrick Henry, and now he's going to IR. But I mean, it was still close, man. Derrick Henry stays healthy. I mean, he finishes the game. It would have been a nail biter, but over easy pulled it out.
Yeah, sometimes.
Cooper
Rush,
you
get those breaks, You
weren't expecting Cooper Rush to score 32 points, were you?
No, that's crazy, dude. Yeah, that was a last minute because Dak was like a game time decision, so Cooper Rush was still out there, and I mean, good job on him for picking him up. It looked like a bad decision at half. I think he had I don't know, he was in the single digits at halftime, and then Cooper Rush he went off in the second half and put up a badass score, man. But
I mean, that was pretty much his only move, right? Because there really weren't many options, off of waivers at that point, and so I guess he's just like, Dak's out, might as well just play his backup and see how it goes.
Yeah.
It worked out.
Y'all ever see that like handshake meme where they name like two different things and they're handshaking? It's like Cooper Rush, Andy Dalton, redheaded quarterbacks leading the Cowboys to victory.
That's pretty fucking funny.
But I mean, other than that, yeah, Derrick Henry kind of. But I guess that Derrick Henry having a poor performance or not, he got injured, but him scoring 6 points and kind of balances out with Matt Ryan only scoring 6 points too, right? So then you kind of look down the list at the other players, and this over easy was just better on that day. So
yeah, it's crazy that Nick Chubb, I guess, I don't know, I didn't really watch that game, so I don't know if they were easing him back in, but I mean, I'm sure she was expecting more than 7.9 points. But even then, on the other side, with Zeke only getting 11 points, it was kind of crazy, the parallels that they each had. They had some big disappointments and some boomers, but over easy's players just boomed a little harder, dude. Got her to that 155.
Yeah, she had a few more booms, man. She had some boom booms. Yeah, and Flint's lost a couple straight now. He was looking pretty solid a few weeks ago. Now he's at 500 at 4-4. Over easy at 6-2. She's rolling. The next matchup we're looking at is Culon Santo 140. The Chimps barely breaking the triple digits, man. 102 points. I don't know what's going on with the Chimps, man, but
what happened?
But yeah, man, he's sliding.
So it was after midway Sunday. I was projected to lose by quite a bit, and because Kyler disappointed tremendously. So what pulled me through, man? Amari Cooper had a monster game.
That's funny, man, because you were kind of torn between Amari and Julio Jones last week.
Yeah, well, the decision got kind of made for me because he was out, but Julio was out, so it kind of made the decision easier because it was just like, okay, well, let me throw.
Bro,
yeah,
Amari's so sketchy, dude. He's always got that fucking massage gun on his hammy. Every game, dude, he's on the sideline fucking massage gunning his fucking hammy, dude. Every game.
It just feels good, man. What are you talking about?
Some people have security blankets. He's got a fucking massage.
He's got his fucking the massage gun.
Dude, and then So Marlon, you had Amari go boom boom for you, and then you look at Chimps, and they had 0 boom booms on his side.
Bro, he
You know,
had
you
like 6 guys in like the single digits, right? They had like 6 or 7 dudes, single digits. That's crazy.
Patricio Mojon's still going strong.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift 7 points. DeAndre Hopkins 9.6. I know he got his hammy was a little funky. Scary Terry 6.5. Hunter Henry 4. Melvin Gordon was like his highest scorer. That wasn't an IDP at 18.2. So
Yeah.
very, very disappointing
Dude, yeah,
performance from him.
DeAndre Swift, like the last couple of weeks, he's been saving like his day by like getting a touchdown or breaking off a long run, like at the end of the game. So like he had been rescuing like his fantasy performance like at the very end of the games, and like it just didn't happen this time. Like he's been a fucking single digit running back for most of the games in the last couple of weeks, and he's just saving them with a touchdown or doing something big at the end. And then now it just the girls never came, bro. The girls never came for him in this game, and they just fucking he got stuck with that 7, and that's tough from your RB1.
After starting the season 3-0, man, he finds himself at 4-4 at 500. So that's got to be disappointing for him.
Well, we've said before that his team rises and falls by Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes has had somewhat of a down year, which
definitely
it's kind of fluky too. Like some of those turnovers are like not even his fault. So I don't know. I mean, I think in the long run the Chimps will be okay. I think Patrick Mahomes will, definitely have a bounce back season.
Yeah, I think he'll make it right. I think the Chiefs aren't, are the Chiefs done for the year? Yeah. I mean, really, you know what I mean? Like, I think eventually they'll turn it around. But aside from that, man, like even Hopkins and McLaurin, dude, like they you expect more out of those guys.
Hopkins is banged up, right?
Hopkins is banged up, yeah. So, anyways, Gulen Santos 6-2 now, man. He's rolling as well.
Dude,
next match we're looking at is the mighty Lady Boys 152, the Golden Dragons 196.
Let's see,
dude. Let's take a look here. Kyle Shitz kind of came back down to earth a little bit. That 6.3 points. You expect more from Kyle. I know we talked about in the chat, Calvin Ridley's, going to be, he's got a leave of absence. He's going to be gone for a little bit. How that's going to affect Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts played one game without Calvin Ridley, and he had a great game, but it was against the Jets. So I don't know if we can judge what Kyle Pitts is going to be without Calvin Ridley on the field based off of his performance against the Jets, but we'll see going forward, man. I mean, I think Kyle Pitts will still be great. It's good that he's a tight end because you don't need that much from your tight end to be like a top 5 tight end. But he was fucking rolling these last couple of weeks with Calvin Ridley on the field with him. So we'll see how Calvin Ridley's absence affects Kyle Pitts. But I know the Lady Boys are banking on more than 6.3 points from Pitts.
Definitely, and I think that.
Here's a reminder: take the trash out.
Órale.
Do your chores. Do your chores, bro. Damn.
Check it out.
Here's a reminder. Stop being a lazy fuck.
Alexa, shut it down, or I shut you down. Anyways, I think definitely going back to Kyle Pitts. I think that definitely scheming against Atlanta is going to be a little bit different without Calvin Ridley, and so you're going to see people focus more on Pitts that way. But I do still think he's going to get the majority of the targets, of the target share offense, which is going to work out. But I don't know if he's going to have these huge games like he was having before. But I think he's still going to be very good.
Yeah, and then we talked about Joe Burrow. I think was it last week or the week before about how he's pretty much a plug and play player at this point. He scored 29 points with an interception and a fumble. So
it's crazy.
His point total could have been even higher this week, which is
he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
that's how he got them points, man. But let's look at the winning team side, right? He was missing his running back last week, and that was the problem. That's why he lost. And you have Eckler back; he had 24, and you had Najee back; he had 21. Aaron Rodgers had a very subpar game by his standards at 19.6. But A.J. Brown, man, 44.5, and Deontay Johnson, 16.8. I mean, AJ Brown score is really kind of what got Golden Dragons to close to 200 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Eagles getting 24 points for him at a DST, that's fucking crazy. That's a big score from your DST. But I think his core players, AJ Brown, Najee, and Eckler, those are the guys that are like carrying them through. And those three guys right now, they're hitting their stride. You know what I mean? Similar with the Lady Boys, where Jonathan Taylor and Kyle Pitts got hot at the same time, and that correlated with him winning. That's the same thing that's going on with the Dragons. I feel like right now, if those three dudes play this way going forward, he's going to be in every fucking game, dude. We'll see how he pivots from Rodgers this week. And I mean, for his sake, hopefully Rodgers only misses 1 week. We'll see going forward what happens. But yeah, man, he's 4-4. I feel like half the fucking league's 4-4 right now, and it's interesting as far as like who's got the tiebreaker over who. It's going to get dicey here in the next couple of weeks, and big games coming for sure. But yeah, Golden Dragons are in the fucking thick of it right now.
The thick of it.
Yeah.
In the thick of it.
Golden Dragons is now 500, 4-4. So is the Lady Boys, 4-4. The next matchup is the Fart Hounds, 151. The Muff Vipers, 143. And I think I predicted that I was not going to lose this match. And I should have beaten them by a lot more points, but I had some inefficient players on my side.
Those dirty, filthy pups, man. They fucking pulled it out, but they made you sweat, bro. They
definitely did, man. I think at one point I was supposed to score like 190 points or something like that, and then Kelsey scored me an entire 3.7 points. And then Daniel Jones didn't look like he was having the greatest game, and he ended up having a decent game in 21 points. Joe Mixon had a great game, 26 points. DK 22.3. Justin Jefferson only had 4 points. They only targeted him 4 times, which is not great. So that was one of the play. Him and Kelsey were the main guys that kind of like deflated my score a little bit. So then I talked about taking Javonte Williams out of my taxi squad, and I did because he'd been having great, flex numbers. I put him in. Motherfucker gave me 6 points.
Hey,
points.
I know that feeling.
But they were 6 beautiful points. They were
nice
points.
Hey, they're not scrawny. They're nice. Dude, Justin Jefferson, bro. Justin Jefferson. I mean, Diggs kind of shut him down, bro. They only threw at him, like you said, 4 times, right? He got 2 catches. That's kind of crazy because I thought, Justin Jefferson's a beast, man. But Diggs on the Cowboys did a decent job against them. And dude, I know so I don't know. Is it just me or like, when the trade deadline, it was this Tuesday in the NFL, the actual NFL trade deadline was on Tuesday, November 2nd. Yeah. And like, there's all this hype as far as like, what's going to fucking happen and who's going to get traded. And then it just ends up being fucking like nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Like I for sure thought Melvin Gordon was going to get fucking traded, bro. And I was like, damn, if that happens, Javonte stock's going to fucking go through the roof because all this dude needs is opportunity because he's got the fucking skill, man. Like he can carry the workload, but like they're just stuck on Melvin Gordon, bro. Like I don't know what the fuck the Broncos are thinking right now, to be honest with you.
Who I thought was getting dealt for sure? Allen Robinson did not get dealt. And he walked for free this offseason, dude. The Bears, I don't know what they're doing, dude. But man, I was hoping, fingers crossed, that he was going to get dealt. I heard like the Ravens were looking into him and the Patriots were looking into him, and nothing ever materialized. But he's going somewhere next year, so hang
on to him.
Excited about that. And then you look at the Muff Vipers, man. He in a bit of a slide as well. He was 4-1 a few weeks ago, and he's 4-4 now.
Bro,
Jamar Chase finally had a quiet week, which is still 13 points.
Bro, against the Jets, though, we were like banking on 30. We're like, this dude's gonna get 30 against the Jets. You know what I mean? Like getting 13, that's tough, bro. That's fucking tough.
This was the week that Tyler Boyd finally took some fucking shares, which we'll talk about that in a couple minutes.
Good thing you left them on your bench.
Finally got fed,
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it was closer than it should have been based off of, his guys' performances, Justin Herbert getting 16, Leonard Fournette getting 7, but you pulled it out. You pulled it out, Tom, and you needed it, man. That fucking keeps you alive, bro. It keeps you alive.
Yeah, dude, if I can somehow beat Marlon this week, then I'll be kind of approaching the thick of it. I'm still on the thin end. I'll be approaching the thick end. But yeah, man, you look at my Vipers, Fournette, 7.3, Evans, 15.8. Tyler Lockett had a really good game with 36 points, which is, great for him. But Jamar Chase, like you guys touched on. Sterling Shepard was kind of like, I guess he just had to play Sterling Shepard this week. And he only had 6.5. And another thing is Deion Jones for my IDP, man, my IDP spot, 38 points.
Ooh.
First time I had. Yeah. That's the first big IDP score I've had all season. I think I know a lot of people have had, the fortune of having a great IDP score. This was my first, and so that was cool. But yeah, like I said, Muff Vipers is now 4-4. Fart Hounds 2-6, a respectable 2-6.
Respectable, bro.
Next, we're looking at Dem Lions 172. The Bad Hombres 207 points. Chris,
man, let me just shout out to them Lions. 171, the third highest score of the week. I mean, not if you would have played mostly anybody else in the league, he would have won, but he didn't. He fucking played me, so he got that Matthew Stafford against Houston 42 piece. And then, dude, Michael Carter, I mean, breakout game thanks to Magic Mike White just hitting him with the dump offs. I think he got like 9 receptions or some shit. 9 receptions for 95 fucking yards, bro.
He was targeted 14 times as a win.
That's crazy. Gotta love it, man.
Yeah.
And then it was really CeeDee Lamb had a great second half against the Vikings. And really, I mean, talk about an IDP score, getting 40 from my IDP. Foye Oluokun?
Yeah, that's right.
Something like that. Getting me 40 points. I mean, those are really the big time players for me. And then, on the other side, Aaron Jones with 24, Cooper Kupp with 35. I mean, these are legit scores. Darrell Henderson having a great season. 22. I think didn't you traded him Darrell Henderson, right? Tom, Darrell Henderson was.
I traded Darrell Henderson to Vino, and then Vino traded him.
Vino, Darrell Henderson getting passed around. And then Adam Thielen with 19 points was just. I mean, Adam Thielen's had a couple of great weeks. Yeah, a couple of good.
It's crazy, man. We're talking about Henderson, but I also had Debo, who I traded in that trade. If I could have kept Darrell Henderson and Debo, I'd probably have a different record right now. It's not that I didn't press my draft. I loved the way I drafted. I was like, I had a great draft, but that void at tight end got me, man. So, anyways,
dude, it's always sketchy, like especially in Dynasty, like when you trade really early. Because you just don't know. I mean, it's sketchy.
You don't know if they're having an off week or like a slow start.
I mean, it's sketchy to trade early and redraft, but like trading early in Dynasty, like in the first 3 weeks, that's real sketchy, bro. But I mean, it seems to work out. We'll get to the trades later, and I feel like your team's in a better spot today than it was before. But you're right, man. It's just always sketchy trading that fucking early because you really don't know what your team is yet. You know what I mean? And you have some bad luck.
Just to touch on it really quick, it's just I think the reason why I was like the last few years I've been unfortunate to not have a tight end, and it's always bit me in the ass. And I was like, what, fuck it, this is Dynasty. I want to have a tight end for sure for the years to come, and that's kind of my logic, the way I was thinking. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But dude, this was a great game. I mean, like you said, dude, Dem Lion 172, and he lost. That sucks. But Chris, obviously, man, putting up over 200, dude. I mean, This was like a heavyweight battle, you know. This was,
I don't want to toot my own dick here, but I mean, it could have been a larger score. I'm not gonna lie. Matthew Stafford got pulled a little early. Michael Carter was 5 yards shy of a bonus. Settle down. T. Higgins was 3 yards shy of a bonus. I mean, it could have been 240.
Yeah,
but whatever. I'll take 206. I'll take 206.
Chris, can I talk my shit again, Giannis?
Oh, not even with a winning record, bro. I'm at fucking 500. I'm gonna start talking that shit at 500.
Yeah, man. I mean, Dem Lions has 4 quarterbacks on his roster. I was looking at his bench, see if he could have started anybody else, but not really. No, there wasn't anybody. But he has 4 quarterbacks on his roster. That's crazy.
Wow.
Anyhow, Dem Lions now 5-3. The Bad Hombres is 4-4. He's only 1 game ahead of you now. And I mean, if we would have told you that a couple weeks ago, you would call me a fucking liar, Chris.
A fucktard. I would have called you a fucking fucktard, bro.
Hang on, Dem Lions has 4 quarterbacks on his bench, so he has 5 on his roster, dude. That's fucking nuts.
It's 4 on his bench. I thought I saw 3. He has
4. Tannehill, Winston, Wentz, and Wilson.
God damn, that's like 30% of his team is quarterbacks. Hey man, he's 5-3. Let's not judge him.
That's why the waiver wire is looking the way it does, bro.
And I know we're gonna probably get to this a little later, but let me just say, for those people in the league that are questioning Dem Lions' move to trade for Travis Kelce, let me remind you that he is the highest scoring team in the fucking league at the moment. Over 1,400 points scored. And if Travis Kelce fucking wakes up, which we know he will,
we talked about the offense a little bit earlier. Yeah, dude. I mean, look, I was a part of that trade. We can talk about it a little bit later, but I will say this before we get into the specifics of the trade. Dem Lions makes trades every year. Dem Lions is a great squad every year. Dem Lions has a plan every year. Dem Lions knows what he's doing every year. So, like, nobody question Dem Lions, please.
He's the general manager of the year.
Anyhow, last matchup. GIT, the Gridiron Throne, 143. Vino Poppy, 155. Mike.
Man, I don't even know what to say anymore. I have Tyler. If I have Tyler Boyd in a flex position, he gives me 7 points. If I put him on the bench, he gives me 20. If I have, I didn't have Adams available last week, so I was kind of scrambling to fill up some of my wide receiver positions, and it's just been a rough year for me. Similar to last year, actually. I think I was probably like 2-6 at this point last year too.
It's been a rough couple of years.
But hey, man, like, I mean, these games are winnable for me. It's just I somehow play the wrong roster each week, and so
you're sabotaging yourself, dude. That's Mike. This is like the losses, and then you lose by like you've lost by like 0.2 points. You know what I mean? Like the fact that sometimes you're losing by like the smallest of margins, and then you're also leaving points on the bench. Like those are the losses that you lose fucking sleep over, dude. Like if you get fucking blown out by 60, and there's nothing you could have done as far as your decision making. Then then it is what it is. But like you're fucking losing these games that you should be winning, dude, or that you could be winning if you make like 1 or 2 changes in your lineup, and that's the most frustrating part because you've got the team, you just got to set the right lineup. You've got the team, you got to set the right lineup.
You got the talent. Sounds like there might be some problems or some issues in the locker room, though. I'm not sure.
There might be some turmoil in the front office. I don't know.
There might be some lots of answers on your squad.
It's been a rough season. I mean, I made some moves this week, which I'm sure we'll talk about. And hopefully I'm better positioned going forward, and hopefully I end up on the right side of some of these tough breaks going forward. But hey, there's always next year.
There's always next year.
That's my mantra, dude. That's my mantra. That's like, if we had a stadium, that would be written on the tunnel when they come out. There's always next year, and you tap. You hit the field.
You got to tap it.
Anywho, let's check out the standings really quick. The Earth Division, Team Dem Lions is 5-3, 1,409 points scored. The Chimps now 500 in second place, 1268 points scored. Vino Poppy, 3-5, 1385 points scored. And then the Fart Hounds, 2-6. The Stinky Pups, 1255 points scored. So, dude, this division looked really, really good in the beginning of the year. And now it's not looking as hot, man. The Chimps have kind of fallen. Vino's gotten a couple of wins. I've got one win or 2 wins. But yeah, no, this division isn't as high powered as we expected it to be. Anyhow, the win division over easy sits atop with a 6-2 record, 1391 points scored. The Golden Dragons 4-4, 1356 points scored. The Bad Hombres also 4-4, 1356 points scored. The Muff Vipers also 4-4, 1292 points scored. So we have 3 500 teams and over easy atop with a record of 6-2. So this is a very, very competitive division. Those 3 teams, all of you guys are wild card, spots right now, which is very, very interesting. We only have a couple weeks to get back into the divisional matchups, and anything can happen when that happens.
There's a decimal point separating you and Kenneth right now, bro, which is crazy.
Well, technically, I don't want to split hairs here, but I've got the tiebreaker over Kenneth because I buried that pussy. If y'all don't recall, fucking week 3, I buried his ass. So I've got the tiebreaker there.
So if you beat him again, there's no question, right? But if he beats you this next time, then you guys go based off of points. It's going to be interesting.
Then we go off of points, yeah. So and then to make it even more interesting, Muff Vipers beat me, so he's got the tiebreaker over me. And then who beat? Yeah, Muff Vipers has a tiebreaker over me and the Golden Dragon. So it's crazy, man.
Y'all are beating each other like a circle jerk over there, bro.
Yeah. Over Easy's just fucking laughing, bro. Just watching and just fucking laughing it off, bro. She's got a 2-game big time 2-game cushion. So we'll see how it shakes out. But it's a tight division, bro. It's tight.
2-game cush.
I like it. Anyway. Just the way I like it.
Fire division. Marlin also 6-2. One of the best 2 teams in the league. 1358 points scored. Flint Tropics at 502nd, 1391 points scored. Bangkok Ladyboys also 500, 1364 points scored. And then the Gridiron Throne sits on bottom of that division, 2-6, 1240 points scored. So Mike, you ain't out of it, man. We talked about it. It's not in the best position like myself. We have the same record, but not out of it, man. There's so many 500 teams. There's 500 teams in the league right now. You know what I mean? That's almost half the league. Yep. So it's still very interesting. And we still have, a couple of games, like we said before, division, and then it all gets kind of crazy again, dude. So it's going to come down to the wire, I think. And it's very, very interesting. Like, nobody's out of it yet. Everyone's still in contention mathematically.
And let me just say, Tom, you've got the tiebreaker over me and the fucking Muff, bro. That throws a fucking wrinkle into that, because we're only going to play each other once. You got the dub over us. If we end up with the same record, if you end up with the same record as me or the Muff, then you fucking got us on the tiebreaker. It's gonna get close, man. It's gonna get tighter as we go forward, but it's exciting times right now.
Yes, sir. Chris, it's your corner, man.
Oh, it's my corner. All right. Well, let's start with who the fuck is that guy? Magic Mike White dropped a fucking 50 burger on the goddamn Bungles, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he caught a 2-point conversion. Quarterback for the Jets. Franchise quarterback for the Jets? I don't know. He was drafted by the Cowboys and then fucking dropped. I don't know what the fuck. They traded him away or just fucking cut his ass, but he ended up with the Jets. Mike White getting the start now on Thursday. Against the Colts, right? I think it's against the Colts. So we'll see if, what if he puts up another fucking, I don't know, puts up another great game? They get the W. What?
You never know,
bro. Is he gonna have that job going forward?
Yeah, could be franchise Mike going forward. Damn,
franchise Mike White.
Hey,
holy shit.
Yeah.
The Great White Hope, bro. The squanderer this week, and this might be. I think this might be the only time this has ever happened. This is a 3-time back-to-back to back squander
Hey.
Michael, the gridiron throne.
Yeah.
Dude, if you would have started either McKissick or Boyd over either Callaway or Sutton, because McKissick and Boyd both scored like 20 points.
Yeah.
Callaway and Sutton both scored 6 points. If you would have started either one of those two dudes over either one of the other two fucking dudes, you would have got the fucking dub this week.
Yeah. Hey, if I would have started Derwin James over Fred Warner, I would have gotten the dub. Man, it's
Hey,
like
Mike.
it's
How do you feel about
It's just the way
lengthening
it
your
goes.
team name?
to what?
Gridiron throwing some games, bro.
Oh my god, no!
You know what? Is there a character limit? Because I might have to do that.
Oh man. Okay. We should turn off the lights and go home. The fucking bed shitters this week. Darius Slayton for our very own Culon Santo, right? Isn't he on your squad, Marlon? Fucking goosed you? Isn't he on your squad?
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel, the other fucking goose. Emmanuel Sanders with the other goddamn goose with
Emmanuel.
a 0. God dang, we got 2 gooses in starting lineups. Darius Slayton and Emmanuel Sanders, both
I've never
fucking
seen that.
goosed.
Never seen that before.
I don't think we've seen that before.
Have in the history of the league.
Justin Jefferson, 2 for 21, 4 fucking points. Crazy. I mean, it's a down game. Whatever. You're gonna start him going forward, but come on, that's shitty. And then Mike Williams, dude, coming down a little bit. Started off very hot, had a down game, had a bye week, and then had a down game again.
Yeah, but you know what?
Mike Williams.
It's like the team overall is just they're like a little pedestrian recently. A little pedestrian.
He goes as Justin Herbert goes,
Yeah.
and Justin Herbert had 2 stinkers, and so therefore Mike Williams has 2 stinkers. But I think they're gonna break out of it. I think they will. But Mike Williams, 2 catches, 19 yards, 3.9 points. Very disappointing. And speaking of very disappointing, the no talent pussy of the week with the lowest score of the fucking season. I fucking double checked. 102.3. Los Champs. 102.3. I mean, when you draft when you draft a quarterback that high and that quarterback is, Patrick fucking Mahomes, you don't expect to ever be the no talent pussy of the week, because that guy can go off for 40 or 50 week after fucking week. But here
That guy can score 103 in a week, man.
Why not? Exactly
No.
right. 102.3 Los Champs. It sounds like a fucking radio station. The no talent pussy of the
Hano
week.
station.
102 points.
All right, let's bring it down. Let's not be so happy. We got to pour them out. I mean, I don't think I have a fucking glass big enough for the list this week, so I had to cut it down to only 4. So I mean, this was the saddest week in NFL that I can remember. I mean, I don't remember this much crazy fucking shit going on. I mean, week 8, 2021 season will go down as the saddest goddamn week in NFL fucking history when it comes to fantasy, at least. Derrick Henry, a broken bone in his foot, more than likely done for the fantasy season. May be able to come back for the championship game. Maybe
if they get there.
Maybe. Well, no. Championship game.
Oh, fantasy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, may probably be back by the playoffs, real playoffs.
You, Chris,
playoffs.
I blame you for that. You were like, dude, Derrick Henry's the MVP right now, first round pick last week, and then
don't put that on me, but it probably wasn't me. God damn it. Broken bone.
Better watch your back, bro. You might get stiff armed.
Oh shit. So he's done. And then Calvin Ridley, I mean, gonna step away from football. Could be 3 weeks, could be for fucking life. I don't fucking know. But good on him, bro. Get right, Calvin. Fucking get right. Because I'm kind of glad, because he wasn't himself, dude. Calvin Ridley was not performing to his draft position, to where people were actually drafting. They're drafting him in the 2nd round, and he was not performing as a 2nd round receiver. And so I'm kind of glad that I don't have to make that decision. I picked him up in the 2nd round, and it's hard to start someone like Brandon Cooks over the guy that you took in the 2nd fucking round. But Brandon Cooks has actually been outperforming Calvin Ridley this year, so I'm glad I don't have to make that
it's kind of, you kind of have an explanation, right, as to why he hasn't been doing as great. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
It takes a tough choice away from you.
Yeah, it does. And I'm just glad. Hey, there's an explanation here, just like you said, Tom. Maybe he'll get right, he'll fucking fix it, and he'll come back hopefully better than he fucking was before. So we're all fucking rooting for you, Calvin.
Yeah, dude.
Jameis Winston, Calvin Ridley. Jameis Winston, torn ACL, dude. That's and against the Bucks, right? It was against the Bucks, his former team. Sad as shit. Torn ACL, done for the season. And then because I had to cut the fucking list short because we don't have all day, Aaron Rodgers got fucking COVID. It's the story of the week. He's gonna miss at least one game because this dumb motherfucker isn't vaccinated.
Oh, and, he was immunized.
Whatever, dude. Is that a suppository?
Like
I don't know, bro. What did he
if you were to not know who Aaron Rodgers was and you saw this dude on the street, you'd probably bet he wasn't immunized, man.
That is a great point. That's a great fucking point.
Yeah, like you were to see him and not know who he was, you'd be like, that guy.
I'd look at him and be like, that guy doesn't wear deodorant. That guy does not wear deodorant, bro.
That guy has a shaman for sure.
Oh shit. So let's all hope it's mild and he doesn't have any crazy symptoms and he's back next week. But fingers crossed it's not fucking long term, but he's gonna miss at least 1 week because he's not vaccinated. And that's big cock on the block, no big deal. The bad hombres, 206.5 fucking points. It feels good. First time for me this season. Hopefully not the last. And yeah, 206. And against them Lions, I needed it because that guy put up a big fucking score. I needed a big cock on the block performance, and I fucking got one. And I'm 500 now. All right, we can move on.
You can break down the trades real quick. I was a part of both of them that have gone down.
Yeah.
This week. I mean, it's still it's Wednesday today, so Monday and Tuesday. First one was TJ Hawkinson and a first-round draft pick for Travis Kelce and the second-round draft pick. Dem Lions, like Chris alluded to in the chat, is in win-now mode. More than capable of going the distance his team is. I sound like Yoda. And like for me, he threw some trades. He approached me, threw some trades out there, and I didn't really feel any of them. And then he was involving Hawkinson, and I was like, okay, so then I'm going to replace Kelce with a younger tight end that's going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
And he knew that I wanted to pick, and he was kind of skeptical about doing, the whole picks thing. But I threw a second in. I was like, I give you a second, you give me a first, and that's just kind of how it went. But he's hoping that Kelce is going to get back into his groove, as will the KC offense. And that's what he's kind of banking on, man, because if Kelce does get right, like Chris said in the chat, I mean, Dem Lions is a very, very scary squad.
Yeah, I know, Chris, you were defending that trade a little while ago. And I think, if it does work out that Kelce, becomes Kelce again, like obviously it works out well for Dem Lions. But if I was betting money on it, I would say that, Tom, you probably ended up on the right side of that trade. Because I think you obviously got younger at that position, and you might be a little bit more secure for the longer term.
For sure. And just so everybody knows that we had decided upon that trade before that Monday night game, right? And then like I hit him up, I was like, "Hey man, you still want to make that trade?" He's like, "I'm a man of my word." And Dem Lions is a man of his word, and so it went through.
Yeah,
good on him.
What an honorable gentleman.
A scholar and a gentleman.
Yeah.
Just to double down on that, like I just again,
Kelsey's playoff
gonna break out, bro.
Kelsey's playoff schedule is, it's juicy for so I get it.
And like, would you not, like, let's say, would I trade away my a wide receiver 1 and a first round pick for a championship? Yeah, I would, because it's rare. It's rare to fucking, this league is tough as fuck. It's rare that you're going to win. So yeah, dude, like, did he trade away his future starting tight end, set it and forget it tight end and a first round pick? Yeah, but he's in line now. Again, I always look at, like, because, week by week, shit gets fluky. You know what I mean? Shit gets fluky. You can lose. You can put up big points and still fucking lose. I always look at points scored, bro, because that shit, that shit isn't as fluky. How many points have you fucking scored? And right now, he is the highest scoring team in the fucking league without the tight end one. And now he has a tight end one who's capable of putting up 20 points, 30 points from a tight end position where you'd be happy to get fucking 10. Like that's the difference maker that gets you to a championship. You know what I mean? So he's in, yeah. Who long term in Dynasty, who won the trade? Tom did. But who's probably the front runner to win the fucking championship this year? It's him. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. Like I think he's the front runner to win.
And that's what his his
that's
line
the logic of it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a gamble for sure for him. I think more so than it is for me, especially because I got that first round pick too. But I compensated him with a second, so it's not like that's not a bad pick either. And
if he doesn't win the championship this year or next year, then maybe he'll regret it, right? But he's got like at least a 2, maybe 3, because I think Travis Kelce is still going to be Travis Kelce 2 years from now. So if he doesn't win it this year or next year or the following year, then it's a bad trade because Kelsey's probably going to decline and TJ Hawkinson's going to be TJ Hawkinson. You know what I mean?
All trades are gambles, right? I mean, no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what.
I mean, you have to understand what he's trying to do here. And then for me, it's like I have a bad record, but I feel like I'm getting Hawkinson, who's not a bad tight end by any means today.
No way. Yeah. No,
I don't feel like I mean, there's still a chance for me to do something. And I don't think that Hawkinson is like, going to hinder my chances either.
No, TJ Hawkinson put up 18 points last week with Jared Goff throwing him the fucking ball. Wait for them to get a fucking quarterback that's worth his fucking worth his weight in shit, because fucking Jared Goff is not right now at the moment.
Definitely.
So there's a lot of upside for TJ Hawkinson as well. I mean, it makes sense for the way you guys are, for the positions that you guys are in this year. It makes sense.
Yeah.
For the both of you.
Yeah, it's for sure, dude. I told him, it's like, this is like the 3rd or 4th year straight that me and him make a trade, dude. It's like, it happens every year, and it's funny because we're in the same division. We always make a trade, but it always just seems to like, and I told him about it. He's like, well, it's because we always think fairly, some people in our league offer some wild ass trades.
I don't know about that. Let me tell a little story about them Lions. I know we're getting in the weeds here, but I hit them up. So if for those who aren't in the know, them Lions is an immigration attorney, and I was like, hey, bro, I might, your boy is gonna need an immigration attorney here pretty soon in the next couple of years. I might want to become a citizen. I don't know. We'll see. And I was
You're
like,
Lebanese, Chris, right?
Well, yeah, I'm half Lebanese, half Persian. And then I asked, that's why I smell so good. Bro. Some Persian. Anyway, I was like, hey, bro, what's your retainer, dude? What's your retainer? I'm gonna need a fucking immigration attorney. This motherfucker said CeeDee Lamb and your first round pick next year, and I told him, you son of a fucking bitch. It's too high. I don't love this country that much, bro. I'll deport my ass, dude.
You love CeeDee Lamb more than America.
So I wouldn't say he's that reasonable, Tom. Settle down.
Well, I mean, mine was just strictly fantasy football, like involving fantasy. So I mean, it's a little different. Anyhow, let's get into the second trade really quick. We'll talk about it. Brush on it. It was between me and Mike. I actually took that first round pick that I got in that trade with Dem Lions, and I took it and I grabbed Devontae Adams. It was funny, jokingly, Mike was talking about the whole Aaron Rodgers situation and Devontae Adams, and I was like, trade for the future, Mike. And then he was like, who wants Devontae Adams? And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna offer anything. And then later on, I thought about it, and I was like, well, Mike needs a running back, and I got an extra first round pick. Let me see what's up. So I offered him Mixon and a first round pick, and then Mike, you can kind of take it from here.
Yeah. So you got that offer. I mean, we sent those messages like earlier in the day, and I said it kind of in jest, but like throughout the day, I was like, well, you know what, like what can I do to start getting some wins? Like I know this season, it's not a wash for me yet, but it's almost a wash for me. So starting to think ahead a little bit. And, evaluating my roster, I figured, one of the weakest spots I've been at has been running back because I lost Chris Carson to the IR this year. And Chase Edmonds, even though he started out pretty strong, like he's been putting up very mediocre games. And so I was, kind of out of options at that position. And with Devontae Adams, obviously has a really high ceiling, but he also has some inconsistent performances. And so I figured I might be able to, get something of value that would end up making more sense to me for my team this year and going forward. And so even though I think what I ended up getting in return in terms of the wide receiver position is like obviously a lower ceiling, I think I probably can get more consistent scoring from that position going forward, in addition to getting more, more points out of the running back position. And then I have an extra first round pick for next year to, hopefully find either the running back or the wide receiver that can, lead my team for the future. So,
yeah. So Mike he analyzed the trade and he was like, well, would you throw Parker in for somebody else in my squad? And I was like, I looked at it. And so then that was between who did I actually end up getting? I forget. Holloway, yeah. So I was between Holloway and Boyd, I think.
Callaway.
Yeah.
Callaway.
So it's funny because you traded you traded your first round pick or Dem Lions' first round pick?
I traded Dem Lions.
Okay. That's a very interesting distinction there because Mike, if I was you, I would have tried to have negotiated Tom's first round pick because I can see. So the way that our drafting is laid out is the winner of the losers bracket will get the first round pick.
What I'll say is I didn't realize Tom had an extra first round pick. Like I didn't know. I was assuming I was getting his, and then when the trade went through, I was like, I didn't want to haggle back and forth because I had already said yes. Right. So I was like, well, let me just kind of accept.
Well, yeah, I mean, it might be something that just fell through the cracks. Like Tom, I don't think you were trying to be devious. Or
no. I just
first round pick. But like what I'm saying is like
that one said Dem Lions on it, right? And I was like, I don't want this fucking pick, and I just want to
fuck that pick, bro.
So I mean,
I'm saying like I think Tom's team got better, and then like I can see Tom. If you don't make the playoffs, I mean you're definitely in line to I think you can win the losers bracket, and then end up with the first pick overall next season. You know what I mean? And so like. I think. I mean, I'm not saying that's on you, Mike, but like if you would have known, I think you would have probably like try to negotiate to get Tom's first round pick instead of them Lions' first round pick,
Yeah, I mean it's whatever.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
Still, for me, I don't have like a RB1 now, but I have a level receiving core.
No, I think it's an even trade because I know we talked about this off recording or whatever, but Joe Mixon is like 2 or 3 years younger than Devontae Adams, which is probably the difference between like the longevity of a running back and a wide receiver anyway. So it's if you take Joe Mixon and Devontae Adams, they're kind of at the same point in their career arcs. And Devontae Adams has a question mark with you don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be his quarterback next year. You don't know how that's going to go. That's a question mark. But right now, Devontae Adams, I would say, is a better player than Joe Mixon, but I feel like Joe Mixon's in a safer spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the Bengals are going to draft offensive linemen and they're going to draft defense because their offense is not the problem. Yeah. So I don't see them investing heavily in a running back to replace Joe Mixon. Like next year or 2 years from now, they're going to invest in an offensive line and in defense. You know what I mean? So Joe Mixon's spot as the running back for the Bengals, the starting running for the Bengals, I think is pretty safe. And you just don't know who the fuck is going to throw Devontae the ball next year. Like that's the question.
That was the other thing that that was another consideration.
I was willing to make that gamble because I feel like he's going to be fine. Maybe he won't have these extravagant numbers, but I feel like he's going to be fine because he has that talent and he's in his prime. And then I had two first round picks, and I'm like, well, I can go with a for sure thing in Devontae Adams, or I'm probably going to draft a receiver if I have 2 first round picks. That's probably going to be one of my picks. Yeah. So just that just kind of, it was like a fun kind of thing. I wasn't like, scoping Devontae Adams out for a long time. It was just kind of like, Mike kind of said that kind of tongue in cheek, and it just kind of, I kind of thought about it and just sent it his way, and it was just like it just happened, So
it worked. Because I mean, Marlon, I don't know if you took it the same way, Marlon, but the way whenever Mike put that in the group chat, I just thought it was like you said in jest. I thought it was a joke. I didn't even think about following up with Mike. Like Marlon, did you ever think that did you ever thought about following up with Mike on Devontae? Like I was like, no, he's kidding, obviously.
Yeah, I thought you were joking. Yeah,
I obviously knew he was kidding, but I was like, if he's mentioning that, subconsciously he's willing to part with him, and
hey, there's truth in jest, bro.
Yeah, for sure. But anyhow, I think that's enough talk of the trades.
True.
It's kind of a little bit longer than we kind of anticipated, but hopefully we have more trades to talk about next week with that. Last week being the last week to make any trade, so hopefully we have more to talk about then. But let's get into week 9 matchups. Let's kind of try to hurry through these a little bit since we did kind of that last segment was a little long-winded. Let's kind of just give our insight, make our predictions, and move forward. The first matchup of the week is going to be Muff Vipers 4-4 versus the Lady Boys 4-4. So 2 500 teams right now. These wins are crucial. We talked about that. We're in the thick of it. Who do you guys have winning this matchup?
Lady Boys, only because the Vipers have a lot of buys this week, and it's going to be really hard to get the points out of those positions.
Yeah, he's got some guys on bye: Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans, Tyler Lockett, and then he lost Tanyan to the IR, and then Sterling Shepard is doubtful. So it's going to be hard to replace all those.
Too many holes to fill.
Yeah, and the Lady Boys have been putting up points too. So I'm going to go with the Lady Boys for the win.
We might have to keep an eye that the Vipers make it over 100 points this week.
I mean, right now, I don't think he's touched his roster, but yeah,
74.
That's a real concern. He's got 3 heavy hitters on his roster out, so that's going to be interesting. And then you look at the Lady Boys, and they're pretty much at full strength. So yeah, I'm going Lady Boys as well. He's got a full strength roster. Muff Vipers has a lot of buys, and I'm going Lady Boys.
Yeah, me too. Lady Boys for sure.
Is that a sweep?
Yep.
Hey, right now, the Muff Vipers, and like I said, he has 3 buys starting right now. He's going to change it up, but he's projected to score 74.68 points. So,
got you.
Maybe.
Yeah. So okay, so that's a sweep for Lady Boys. The next matchup we're looking at is Culon Santos 6-2 versus the Stinky Pups, who are 2-6. Marlon, tell me how you feeling, buddy. Big boy, big buddy.
I feel pretty confident, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm picking myself. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
How are you feeling about Kyler Murray probably not playing though?
If he's not playing, then I feel less confident. But
wait,
No,
who are you pivot? Who are you going to pivot to? Do you have anybody on your bench you can pivot to?
well, I have the what's his name? That rookie from Jacksonville.
Oh, Lawrence. Okay.
Lawrence.
Ooh, against Buffalo though. Eek.
But he's on my taxi squad, and I don't know if I want to
Pull him out.
take him out for that.
Pull him out.
I might just stream him.
Okay.
Stream.
Hey, okay, Marlon. Here's the real question. Are you going to? I know it's hard, but Emmanuel Sanders after the goose egg, but he's got a juicy matchup against Jacksonville. Are you going to start Emmanuel Sanders?
I'm debating that. So I'm debating whether to leave him in or take my chances with somebody else in the flex position.
If Julio
plays, then probably Julio. But again, I'm not, because my logic is that Tennessee's got their best asset, arguably, down, right? So are they gonna run the ball, or are they gonna take their chances firing off, which they haven't done so much of to Julio? I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Culon Santo. Tom, if your squad was at full strength, unfortunately for you, DK Metcalf is on a bye.
So is Hawkinson.
And so is Hawkinson. And so that kind of puts you behind the 8 ball a little bit. If Kyler Murray plays, I think it's going to be a blowout. If Kyler Murray doesn't play, it'll be close. But I'm gonna lean Culon Santo. But man, I really wish you guys were facing each other fucking full strength, because it'd be a fucking bloodbath, bro. I mean, your squads are pretty even at full strength, to be honest. But I'm gonna have to lean Culon Santo because of those buys this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go that way too.
I'm gonna take myself.
Do it.
You know what, dude? I think this is one of those weeks where Lamar Jackson's gonna have like 60 points, dude, and he's gonna carry me. I feel like him
Bro,
against Minnesota.
if Cooper Rush fucking got 32, what the fuck is Lamar Jackson gonna do to the Vikings, bro?
Yeah, I don't have a running back anymore, right? I have Connor in that position too. But yeah, man, Lamar Jackson's kind of like what I'm hoping on. He just came off of a bye. He's had 2 weeks to plan for this game and to get prepared for this game. So I'm banking on Lamar Jackson having a big game.
Yeah.
And then Justin Jefferson's in that same game as well. He had one down week. I don't think Justin Jefferson's ever had like 2 really bad weeks back to back. So I'm hoping Justin Jefferson bounces back. And then, we'll see what the new kid can do. We'll see what Devontae Adams can do. Obviously, Rodgers isn't going to be throwing him the ball, but there's only two weapons in Green Bay, and one of those is Aaron Jones. The other one is Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So he's going to be targeted.
It's Jordan
I'm going
Love
to take
time,
myself,
bro.
man.
All right.
Yeah.
3-1.
You're going down, Marlon. Next one is Flint Tropics 4-4, Vino Poppy 3-5. Who do you guys have here? I know we're talking about Flint losing Derrick Henry, so it makes this game a lot more interesting. Vino's projected to score way more points right now.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
see that, but I don't see how he's projected to get so much higher. Like, to me, this seems like it should be much closer.
I mean, Vino's got a squad, bro. I mean, he's expected to get Waller back. I don't know about starting Devonta Smith. He's been trending down for sure. So he's starting Smith, I think, at the moment. And he's starting Jarvis Landry, who was a little banged up. He's really banking on Debo and Diggs to get him through. And then Tom, I mean, you kind of called it with Dalvin. He hasn't been. I mean, he had a big score before the bye, but he's been inconsistent. You can't really rely on Dalvin Cook as much as you used to, and he's going up against Baltimore. And I feel like Baltimore's defense isn't that great, but they're. I mean, I'd rather face somebody else. You know what I mean? Those guys, they can show up at the right time, and I think against Dalvin Cook, that's like motivation for them to fucking show up. You know what I mean? So, is Vino really starting Teddy? Tom Brady's on bye. Damn. Yeah, this is closer than the projections for sure, but I'm gonna lean. Fuck. I'm gonna go with Vino, dude.
Yeah,
I'm going Vino. I'm going Vino as well.
I'm going Vino this week too.
I just, without Derrick Henry, Vino doesn't have Brady playing this week because of the bye, but I just feel like his roster is just a little bit better right now. So Vino.
Yeah.
Marlon?
Bro.
Yeah, I said Vino also.
Another sweep.
Bro, okay. Holy shit. Okay. I know we swept them, but I know we're trying to go quick, but Denver without Von Miller, like the first game without Von Miller, like their fucking leader on the defense, and he's got Dak and Zeke going up against Denver, and I think and Dak's actually trending towards playing this week. Fucking watch out, dude. He might sneak up on Vino and get an upset win here. Just saying. But I will stick with my Vino pick.
All right, who's next?
Over easy, 6-2. Dem Lions 5-3. This is gonna be
it's gonna be a dogfight.
Holy shit!
As it stands, Dem Lions is projected to get 183 points.
Yeah,
bro.
You know what? Just a quick look through the roster.
Bro, we've never had a projection that high. I bet my fucking life on it. We haven't had a projection in the 180s this year. I don't remember seeing one that high before any games that kicked off.
You got Travis Kelce now, so that kind of
that's
Travis Kelce's projected to score almost 20 points for him, so that'll do it.
Just to look up and down the roster, man, I have to go with the Dem Lions this week.
Golly, dude.
I'm gonna have to go.
I'm
gonna have to go Dem Lions, dude, because I know that if I was in Haley's position this week, I would be I would be going with them Lions also.
Bro, if them Lions, fuck, dude. If he got a decent quarterback, it's over. We're fucked, bro. We're all fucked. He has to start Carson Wentz. He has to start Carson Wentz, but it's against the fucking Jets, dude. So, but where's the weakness? It's just the starting quarterback. Everywhere else, he's solid as fuck, dude. I gotta go with them Lions, man. I think them
Everybody
Lions
here
is
knows
gonna
I
take this.
I love her a lot, but I'm gonna go with them Lions too, man. I mean, he's just
Damn.
got better matchups. Overeasy's still having to start Matt Ryan. Not a great situation there. I mean, he does okay sometimes, but until Russell Wilson comes back, that's going to be
But
tough.
he got
She's
that-
been okay. She's obviously been okay the last few weeks, but I just feel like in this
Yeah.
situation, he's going to need a top tier quarterback to overcome Dem Lions' roster. So I'm going to go with Dem Lions.
So no way Russell Wilson plays this week? Like 0% chance? Like he's not.
It's a bye week.
Oh,
it's a bye
shit.
week.
It's a bye week. Oh, so yeah. So you're saying it is 0. Okay. Fuck, man. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be them Lions, bro.
Yeah.
It feels wrong that we're sweeping here. It feels wrong, but I mean, I don't know.
Hey, man. I mean, yeah, but Overeasy always finds a way to pull it out, right? So
yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, it could be close, and Overeasy could win, and we wouldn't be surprised next week if that's the case, right? But
Right.
just looking at right now, I'm going to go Dem Lions. Next matchup, the Golden Dragons, 4-4, Gridiron Throne, 2-6.
I'm getting a win this week, guys. I'm getting a win this week. Things are gonna turn around for me this week.
I need you to win this week, bro.
Yeah, I got your back, bro, this week.
You gotta do it, dude.
The projections are there's a big difference in the projections only because Dragons hasn't played a quarterback yet, but he has Aaron Rodgers, who's obviously not playing this week, and Tyler Heineke is on bye, so he's gonna have to look on the waiver wire. And I think his best options right now are like Roethlisberger and Garoppolo. So I feel pretty comfortable with my positioning in this game. So I'm picking myself, bro.
Hell yeah.
I'm picking you as well, Mike.
Picking you, Mike. He needs Rodgers. He doesn't have him. I'm going with you.
Sweet.
Next matchup.
Yep.
Final matchup.
Wait, well, I'm gonna also pick Mike.
All right.
Another sweep. All right. Last matchup. The Chimps 4-4. Bad Hombres 4-4. 2 4-4 teams, but two teams that are kind of trending in opposite directions.
Bad Hombres this week, bro.
Yeah, man. It really helps that he's got Swift on bye and Scary Terry on bye.
Yeah.
So I think
he's gonna have to go with either Pollard or somebody from the waiver wire, and that's probably not a great situation.
The Green Bay matchup is interesting for Patrick Mahomes. If Aaron Rodgers was playing, maybe the defense would be more up to they'd be the offense would sustain longer drives, so Patrick Mahomes would be on the sideline longer, so that would benefit me. So that's a huge question mark. I mean, this feels like a big get right game for Patrick Mahomes, so that's kind of scaring me a little bit. But I feel like whatever Patrick Mahomes does against Green Bay, I feel like Matthew Stafford can offset that against Tennessee. And the fact that two of his other starters are on bye, and I might get Christian McCaffrey back this week. I actually hope I don't. I hope they sit him one more week and he comes back next week, just to be 100% sure that he's not gonna re-aggravate that hammy. But yeah, I'm gonna pick myself based on those guys. If he didn't have those two guys on bye, I'd probably go with him, to be honest with you. But I got kind of lucky that I'm catching the Chimps at the right fucking time, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go with myself.
I'm going with you too, man. I think those buys are too rough for him to overcome this week, and you have good matchups. So Bad Hombres.
Los Cowboys bros stick together.
Cowboys.
Mike.
I went with the Hombres this week.
Let's go. I mean, it is the big cock on the block versus the no talent pussy of week 8. So I mean,
I've never seen that before. Never happened.
Any doubts?
So
is there any doubts?
That was sweeps across all the matchups except for mine and Tom's.
Really? Was it?
Damn.
Yep.
We're gonna be so wrong next week.
It's all or nothing.
It does not feel right.
All right, boys.
All right.
We pushing time here, but great to see you guys. Good luck to everybody in week 9. Everything is getting a little interesting, and everything's we're right in the thick of it. So good luck to everybody. We'll catch y'all next week.
Later.
Later.